Hey guys, Dylan Self with J-Tech. Today we got our 95 S10. We're going to teach you how to do an oil change. Let's crack into it. Alright, best place to start is let the truck cool. Like I said, we got a 95 S10. Let it cool down, give it about an hour because that oil is cooking and you do not want to burn yourself when you pop this thing out. Best place to start, whip out the dipstick. Check the level, see if they're running low, see how everything's looking. Set it off to the side. Pull the oil filler cap off. Set that off to the side. Let's get her in the air. Alright guys, we got the truck up in the air. First thing first, get you something to catch all your oil in. You don't want to get it everywhere, you don't want to spilling. Crack your bolt. Alright. Set your bolt off to the side, let that oil drain out. Clean yourself up, you don't want to keep dirty the whole job. Get oil everywhere and you don't want oil everywhere. Alright. While that drains, we can go ahead and go up here. And we can pop this oil filter off. Just using a strap style oil filter wrench. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Oil everywhere. I'm swimming in the oil. Swimming in the oil. Alright, drain out that filter. And then recycle appropriately this oil filter. Let it all drain. Clean yourself up a little bit. Most dirty part is over. Alright, we're down to a slow drizzle, so we can go ahead, put on a new oil filter. You can put a little oil in the filter just so it's not a dry filter going on the truck. I normally just take a small capful, throw some in. Now you can do this with the new or the old oil. Just take your small, dip your finger in it, run it around that gasket. Two things. One, when you're pulling the oil filter off, you want to make sure this gasket comes off. If it's stuck on the block, you just pull the filter off, put it on, you're going to get seal to seal, and it's not going to seal, and I know seals don't make it right. So, next you're going to get it nice and wet, that way it's not dry rubber going onto metal. That way when it heats up, it's not going to stick to it, and then when you do the oil change again, you might have that gasket come off. So, check if the O-ring came off, oil it up before it goes back on. Again, righty tighty, lefty loosey. A little bit of oil in the filter. If you have any issues trying to start threading it on, if you twist it loosey to the left and just twist it riding on the threads, you'll feel it kind of thunk. And when it thumps, that's the beginning of the threads and it'll slide right on. Alright, you put the oil filter on hand tight, get it down, you'll feel it snug, hand tight, go in. I like to do it with a straight arm. If you do it with a straight arm, you'll be able to, you're not going to put too much torque behind it, because you can't get your whole body right behind it, so you just get it on there, straight arm it, roughly eighth to a quarter of a turn. Alright, now that we've come down to a couple drops of oil coming out now, you pretty much ain't got nothing more coming out. Take your oil drain plug. Some vehicles will have a small gasket or washer, as it sees there. Make sure that's good. A lot of times when you're doing one, just go ahead and pay out the $2, $3, get you a new one. Because this gasket, don't want it leaking, lose all your oil. Alright, once again, come back in. Tighten your back up. Alright, get it nice and snug. Torque it down. Good. You gotta think that holds all your oil in. You don't want any of that coming out. Alright, let's get it back on the ground. Alright, get the truck back down on the ground. We're at the home stretch. Pretty much, literally, throw oil in it. Number one. I got a funnel set up in here, kind of leaning against the firewall. If you can see that, leaning against the firewall. Set that back down. Pretty much pour away. Oil's in. Alright, want to make sure our funnel went fully down. Get your little rag. Kind of, as you pull your funnel out, kind of catch it. Make sure you're not going to pour oil all over the engine.
That's always fun now.
Alright, go ahead and throw your oil cap back in. Alright, throw our dipstick on in there. Alright. Alright guys, we got our oil cap on, we got our dipstick in, drain plug's on, she's full of oil. One thing we're going to do real quick, fire her up, let her run for 10-15 seconds. If you got a vehicle with an oil gauge, you ain't even got to wait 10-15 seconds. Fire it up. Once that oil gauge gets pressure, shut it down, check everything. Alright, what I like to do is come up under here once I get done, once I fired it up, wipe everything down one more time. Make sure it's all good. Give that oil filter one good last turn. See, I had a quarter turn still to go. That could have made a big issue. Grab your ratchet and socket, put it on there, give that oil filter, or that oil filler, oil drain plug, my bad, one last snug. Oil filter's nice and tight. Wipe everything down one last time. She's ready to roll. Alright guys, today we did the oil change on this 95S10. Remember, it's pretty much basic. Pull off the filler cap, pull out the dipstick, drain your oil, pop that oil filter off, and make sure that O-ring gasket comes off. Wipe everything down to keep it clean, let it fully drain, reinstall that oil drain plug, put on that filter with a wet gasket. Don't forget that part because you will have issues in the future. With that, straight arm, tighten it down, snug that drain plug down, get her back on the ground, fill her up with the oil, throw your cap, throw your dipstick back in, fire it up. If you have an oil pressure gauge, let it build pressure. Once it builds pressure, shut it off. And don't forget, check the dipstick. Even though you might put exactly what the computer says in there, once you get it fired up for them last 30 seconds, run through, check that we got oil. Check that, make sure you got level, get up, crawl up under it one more time. Even if it's a car, it's lower to the ground, you can't get under, just look. Have a visual inspection. If you can do it while the car is running or not running, just check the leaks. Make sure there's filter's not leaking and the plug's not leaking. This is Dylan Self with J-Tech Auto. Have a great one.